okay, the possible reduction flow. And meanwhile, also think about like if like give a force in the bone implant or in some like tooth filling materials. So if we give a tension force, so we have a gap. So this gap will lead to the bacteria grow inside. So here's like we have more examples to calculate. Let me okay, calculate the force needed to chop off a metal of stainless steel of 5 millimeter thick and 0.8 millimeter wide. If the ultimate the shear stress we use, okay? Shear stress is 50 megapascal. So from this one, we need to know, the area is 5 times 0.8, so it's 4. This one 4 millimeter square, and we know the shear strength tau is 50 megapascal. So we know the shear stress we same use FA, so F is A times tau, so we can get 50 megapascal 200. So that's like just a recap of previous examples, like how to calculate. And excuse me. So next one is like another examples. We know a solid spherical implant is immersed into in a liquid. So that the hydrostatic pressure is 0.1 gigapascal. So this pressure will cause a contraction of 1% in the diameter of the sphere. So we will calculate the change of the found the bulk modulus. So here's like we know the pressure, this one, and we also need like pressure, the bulk modulus. We use like a pressure over volume change because decrease, so we use like delta V over V. So we need to get this one, we know the pressure. So in that case, yeah, we know like V, the old one, the original one, or yeah, is 3 pi, yeah, 4 over 3 pi diameter over 2, the radius, like this one, right? And the Vn, the new one is this one, 4 pi over 3 d minus delta, for example. That's the change. Then we get the delta V over V. So we use like Vn, V old. So we can get 2 minus direct because everything have 2. Yeah, so we can d minus delta over 3 minus d3 over d3. Yeah, the cubic. Then we can, yeah, we know like, yeah, delta V over V. Yeah. Equal to 3d square delta plus 3d delta square minus delta cubic. Yeah, this one. So we can cross over several things, right? This one, right? And from there, we can get this one, 3 delta over d plus delta square over d square plus delta 3. So because this one is too small, so we only keep like the delta over d. That's very small. Yeah, then this one. And we can get 3 delta over d. So we know delta over this, in like this one, is 1%. So we get to what? Minus 3 times 0.01. So it's minus 0.03. So from this one, we can get the bulk modulus pressure over delta V over V. We already know there's 0.1 gigapascal. So from the ones we can get, yeah, bulk modulus is around 3.33 gigapascal. We use this a lot in plastic, for example, in plastic surgery and for the breast implantation and for the eyeball, yeah, for some, yeah, we inject some materials and to deal with the the eyeball-related disease. And we also use this one to test the balloon pressure for the blood vessel stent. So here's like from the pressure, what we need, and what is like expected controllable contraction. So we like, for example, if you design the value from the physiological ways, the contraction is like 1% or like 0.1%. And so what is like kind of the modules, design the modules we need. And use this one, we need to look for what biomaterials we can use for the hydrogel, for example, like for injection into the eyeball, and for the breast implant, the hydrogel of the PDMS, soft PDMS, kind of elastomer hydrogel. Any question? Any question? So if no question, so we already like calculated them. We go to a little bit more about like the mechanical properties. For examples, like that's the pure elastic, right? This one, if we elongate to such a value. So for this one's a stress, strain, and then automatically, if we release the loading, they can go back to the original pathway. So that's the elastic. For another ones, if you give a ways like a stress, strain, you give this way, of course, but after the kind of deformation, like this one, we go back to this one. Okay. Yeah. So we know this part one, two. May I know which part is elastic? Which part is the plastic part? 1, 2, the strain. Any comments? I'm asking you like for this stress-strain relationship. So finally, we can get the deformation is 1 and 2. So which one is elastic part? Which one is plastic part? Or plastic deformation?
Elastic is one.
Elastic, this one means like cannot go back. So let me tell you this one. You see, this one automatically go back to this place, right? So we got just this one part is elastic energy part. So this one is elastic, and this one cannot go back to this location. So this one is permanent deformation. So plastic is 1 and the elastic is 2. Any question? You see, like if we release the loading, go back, this part quickly go to this one. That means like this part is it's recoverable, and this part you cannot go back to the 0 point, means like permanent deformation happens in this location. So only release this elastic part. So the second two part, yeah, part two is like elastic deformation part.
We have a question.
Yeah, sure.
Where is your starting point for two? Like, do you already start with?
No, start from this point and start from this one, keep deformation to 3, then release the loading.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah, yeah. Perfect. Now we go to another part as number 3. To this one again, loading, then go to this one, deformation again. And in fact, go to this way. You see, it's a direct go to this one. So can you find any elastic deformation in this figure? Any comments? I need your response. Yeah. So this part, these figures directly go to this one.
There's no
Now,
there's no elastic.
yeah, no elastic. Only it's the perfect plastic part deformation. Yeah. Another ones. Go to this one. Start from same point. Go to. Oh, I want like a little bit more smooth. This one. The point. Then release the loading. Not the Linux. This one. Okay. Go to this one. So you will see they can go back to location. Same location. Only look like the the go and the back is not the same path. So this one, the stress, strain, this one. So we call this one is a visco elastic. Okay. So our tissue, this we have a historic. I mean, like, yeah, the path is not exactly the same, but it can go back to the original location. So this we call the viscoelastic. And our tissue, remember the tissue and organ generally present viscoelastic. Probability, the properties. Okay. So, any question? So this part we generally say is like the energy. Consuming the energy is the part, yeah. Any question? So generally says this part is we call the energy loss, yeah, in this area. And if no questions, we go to a little bit further. So we go get the tendon. So tendon is one of the challenge because so the tissues are all collagen as we before we see in the previous lectures about the tissue part. And the tendon we have a lot of aligned fibers. So they are surrounding their stress and the strain is non-linear. For examples like they present like this one, they will present a little bit like this one slowly, then 3-part, yeah. And so initial, you see a little bit of stress, then get a little bit, get like some strain, but like during the strain changes, if you the slope, this one slope is pretty big, right? Slope 2, slope 1, slope 2 is larger than slope 1. Why? That because the initial at the beginning it's only like initial deformation, elongation. If you took my course, it's pretty similar to like some loosely fibers or loosely elastomer or rubber molecules give a little strength, they can get elongated. So no big force, a large force is needed. Then let's have like alignment, start alignment of the fibers, generates collagen. It says collagen fibers. Okay, in that direction of the force. So the highest rope one gigapascal, and that's basically with like that's the tendon. That's the really tough materials of tendon, and because of lots of collagen, you see like it's 1 gigapascal we can go to. However, elastin a little bit different. It's elastomer, so the elastomodulus is pretty slow, 0.6 megapascal. And the tensile stress could go to only like 1 megapascal. So it's much lower than this one. So generally, if one want to become a plastic suture, so any 3D printing guys, students, keep in mind, if you want to print, I just give one suggestions, not exactly, you need to exactly follow, but like give examples. What I'm working on is like to want construct the heart tissue or some other part. I generally put like collagen or like because collagen is similar, gelatin is similar to collagen and very cheap one. I get gelatin. If you take my course, you should remember a double bond. So I will make a conjugate a double bond in on gelatin. Gelatin double bond amassacride. Because gelatin has a lot of NH2. Use NH2, we make this kind of structure. Okay, similar to this structure. So the purpose is like, we want to introduce a double bond to this one. But gelatin or collagen, we know is like, you can make a kind of like bio-ink is no problem. Its cell also can survive. But if you want to have elastic into your gel, so we generally with like elastomer, elastin. So elastin, I can bite, hold it. It's a short elastin structure. It's a peptide. So elastin peptide, for example. So it's not exactly elastin. but they synthesized, from biological way. There's some company. That's like because elastin have some repeated amino acids. So we just put like make the repeat elastin peptide is this one, and also MA. Then because we have MA double bond, so with the double bond, so means like free radical polymerization. Yeah, you can use like addition, right? Not the step growth. Addition, polymerization. We have like, for example, you can UV or like visible light. Visible light. And with initiator, because initiate can make the free radical. This is free radical to make the polymerization, make the bio ink and the gel. So this one is a bio ink, UV visible cross-linking to make the gel. So putting that as a bio ink. Bio ink. And you can tune this two-part concentration to make the elastic property for your tissue, for blood vessel, or for the brain tissue, or heart valve even right now. That's everything is possible. These two materials. That's very interesting. Gelatin, elastin is very nice materials for trying. So that's the what I talked about. For the collagen, it's a bit different. So that's the elastin. Elastin, we know. So I repeat it here again. Elastin provided the soft and the elastic property. We have like this 1 megapascal and the tensile strength 1 megapascal. Elongation strength to 100%. So collagen, you can get E equal to around 1 gigapascal, and sigma depends location, okay, to 50 to 150 megapascal to 1000 megapascal, and epsilon is around 10%. Not depend, not like 100%, but like generally it's like give you ideas. Elastin can provide the elastic property. This collagen can give like some stiffness. So you make it together. And here's some mechanical. You can figure out the ideas like some human tissues property. So one is skin. So we have two parts, a tensile strength, ultimate elongation. Skin is 7.5 units megapascal. 78%. Tendon 53. 9.4, you see significant increase. So for the for examples like heart, valve, so specific is aortica, valve, Yeah, depends on direction. Yeah, so we use a radio. Radio or around it. Yeah, we are not like this direction. One direction, this direction, okay? This part. That's the radio, that's the C, that's the R. So circumference is 5, 2.6, very soft. You see, whatever like in the radio and circumference. And 15.3, that's the elongation of the, yeah. And if you take the alta, that's like some students working on that, for examples like the stent. Think about like a transverse and the longitudinal. (1.1) and 0.07. Interesting. 77. Yeah, their elongation pretty good, 81%. And cardiac muscle. 0.011. Yeah. 6.38. So pretty soft. You will see like the elastic base. Yeah, this one too. You can control that elastic modules. Any question? So if no question, I will like share the movie first. Or like the project first. Let me, yeah, project. Yeah, this here. Yeah, that's the previous some groups project. Oh yeah, this one. You see, that's the previous groups project, pretty good. That's like 2018. And the first page, yeah, the title page, this one. Yeah, the class name. So what's your contribution, right? Yeah. And the title. So this one is the background information. That's the title is one dressing for hemostasis. So mention like quite a few reference, the background information. That's the currently what they do, and raise some questions, and provide the what's the other they already like quite a few one dressing on market. So what is their choice? Yeah, goals. So we have like a general goal. That's today's. Yeah, we know the deadlines like this one. Yeah, you have a general goals. And next week we need to mention the 3 specific aims. So the goals the teacher team, choose to like what kind of materials. The overall goal is designed to quickly cease bleeding, relieve pain, absorb liquid. Then specifically, so this part I want to say is too much. Yeah, you just put one sentence. Specific M1, M1, specific M2, and specific M3. And why you think your research, you mentioned research is significant. You mentioned like rationality, significance, then methodology. Yeah, what materials use? Yeah, they use like a Cadison clear gel. So how to make a clear gel? And what are the materials like calcium arginate? What calculation method? From the physical way and the SEM or chemical way, and they will make the biocompatibility test. Yeah, for examples like in vivo test. Do it and the like kind of in vitro test it's needed. So that's like they missed this part. Yeah, okay. Biocompatibility include in vitro and in vivo. So this one's only like in vivo. So, but always like in a project, in vitro test is needed. So you need a bit information from here. Go to that part. And the degradation test and the in vitro test is here. So yeah, direct contact method using some fibroblast cells. That's good for MTM. So I wish like the in vitro test, you can go to biocompatibility test. And in vivo again, yeah. So they conduct like what you can picture, but you need a reference always. If you cite some other people's results to support your proposal, you always need a reference. And the microscope, what you want, and yeah, this part is almost close to last part is expect results. What you wish your research could get. And that's like the hydrogel, yeah. Cryogel, yeah. Cryogels means like you make the gel, then down to the temperature minus 20 degree for overnight, then go back. That's the cryogel. Degradation test, yeah, what like SEM, in vitro test, in vivo test, what the results, that's one. Yeah, this part need a little bit more, yeah, information. And the conclusion, recommendation. So final is reference report. Yeah. And the question for the proposal part?
So,
Yeah.
for our week by week meetings and assignments, we're essentially doing pieces of the project with you, right?
Yes. Yeah. So we have a job. Then finally you can band it together, make some required revision. You can send me each team will send me. I will make some comments on your proposal. Then you based on my comments make a revision. That's it. Any question? So if no question, oh yeah, by the way, it's like for final examination, some students talk to me, they have something to do, other thing to do, yeah, not much time. So that's like put like Monday to Wednesday. And generally it's 2 hours time. If like before, yeah, 2 hours is enough. So I'll give like Monday to Wednesday. And if you still confused, you can, when you get to the questions, you still can ask me in the class. Is okay with you guys?
Wait, for midterm or for final?
Or midterm? Yeah, midterm. Yeah. So suppose like Friday we have a midterm. Yeah. But they take it's take back home and yeah. Did you get my email before? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have midterm from Friday to Monday early morning. You should but like a few students talk to me. They have yes pretty busy. So that's understandable. Yeah. And so I put Monday in your real yeah weekdays to finish the midterm. Is it okay with you guys?
What time does it do on Wednesday?
On Wednesday 5 p.m. Yeah, 5 p.m. And so if you have questions, at least you can ask me on Monday, no, on Wednesday class, right? Yeah. Any comments?
I'm sorry, when does the midterm come out?
Oh,
Just to double
Monday.
check.
Yeah, no, Monday.
What
I
time
will,
on Monday?
Monday and Monday morning. Yeah, in the class time after class, I will post and Wednesday 5 p.m. Is it okay with you guys?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. And right now we go to short movie.
Um.
Yeah.
Sorry, never mind.
Oh, yeah. Okay. More largest truck. Nope. This one. I want like this part go first. So that's like mention like brain tissue is a bit different. Other tissues like you for example, so make the stent, you don't need the cells. And you hot valve, you don't need to put cells in the ink. But for brain, it's different. If you want to 3D print brain tissue, so at least you should need nerve cells and blood vessel related cells.
I'm sorry, are you sharing the video with us?
Not yet? Really?
No, I can't see it. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. Thank you for the man. Yeah. Let me go back. Oh, I was wondering, did you guys see my calculation questions?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why. Yes. Stop the sharing. I'll go back to this one.
A new 3D printable hydrogel could provide the perfect platform for growing, studying, and perhaps even repairing critical brain cells linked to diseases such as multiple sclerosis. This is an oligodendrocyte. Oligodendrocytes pave a protein-rich path along neuronal axons that helps relay and even boost electrical signals. That makes communication across the vast central nervous system possible. Disruption of that critical function can lead to weakness, numbness, or even paralysis, hallmarks of diseases like multiple sclerosis. While researchers have slowly gained a better understanding of how and why oligodendrocyte function is compromised, collectively, that work paints a grainy picture of what's really going on. Not only is it virtually impossible to watch these destructive processes unfold inside the body, but also methods designed to recreate the behavior of these cells in the lab are often too simplistic, offering a 2D view of what is inherently a 3D process. That's where 3D printing comes in. The ability to design and build biocompatible scaffolds at the touch of a button has given researchers an unprecedented peek at the inner workings of various types of cells and tissues. Unfortunately, even this revolutionary technique has proved limiting in the study of oligodendrocytes. Traditional printing materials are often too stiff to coax cells into maturing as they naturally do, and materials that can pull off the trick are too pliable to actually be printed. Now, researchers reporting in the journal MRS Advances have created a material that combines the best of both worlds, producing an environment where oligodendrocytes can thrive. The material, a hydrogel, is composed of stiff polymer segments that connect chains of a more pliable polymer. Layers of this binary material could be stacked to form features theoretically about as wide as a neuronal axon. That enabled the team to build structures comfortable enough for oligodendrocytes to stretch out and develop. The properties of the polymer do make for longer print times than for harder, easier to print materials. But tweaking the hydrogel's composition and the printing setup could make the process more efficient. Those refinements could help researchers better understand how oligodendrocytes behave in the body and, perhaps more importantly, devise repair strategies for.
So this movie want to show like if you want to print a tissue and organ, you always think about mechanical match issue. So for brain, for the stent, for the hot valve, always think about how to using a soft part and a hard part, they can combine it together for a matched elastic modules. That's what we need. So this one is the first part. Another one is like it's also about the brain, but like right now it's like always pretty hot research for the stroke.
A stroke occurs when the blood flow in part of your brain is blocked. After just a few minutes, the starved brain cells begin to die. Normally, the brain receives blood via two major pairs of arteries, which branch throughout brain tissue and supply your brain cells with a constant flow of oxygen, glucose, and
So that is like what in whatever, yeah, for heart valve and the brain tissue, yeah, because other two projects not related are living tissue. So this part always think about if you want your tissue become a truly living tissue. So always think about like how to deliver oxygen to this one. So that's a blood vessel. Think about how little blood vessel can grow in your 3D printed tissue. That's like what you need to think
nutrients
about.
necessary for their functions. During a hemorrhagic stroke, abnormal bleeding disrupts normal blood flow. For example, in an intracerebral hemorrhagic stroke, a blood vessel bursts, spilling blood directly onto your brain, while robbing the intended tissue of nourishment. Both the hemorrhage and lack of blood supply, called ischemia, destroy brain tissue. A subarachnoid hemorrhagic stroke occurs when a weak spot in a blood vessel wall, called an aneurysm, bursts and leaks blood into the tight space between your brain and your skull. The high-pressure bleeding results in serious damage to brain tissue. Immediate treatment for your stroke may help to minimize brain cell injury and death. In the case of hemorrhagic stroke, emergency surgery may be necessary to repair damaged arteries or reduce the pressure of the blood on your brain. You may be given medication to help the brain's blood flow return to normal.
So that's the generous like you can brain tissue. First one's like think about we need a nerve cell, so neural stem cell or some blood vessel cell, and think about the second like let the tissue the mechanical properties similar to the brain tissue. I think that's like a true most important point and for the project if you think about. So for this afternoon, uh, we have tutorial. So please bring your homework second part. We will discuss together and give you some comments. Okay. Any question?
You want to open up the portal to hand in the assignment?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. Because for me it's like I want to